All right, welcome to JCCR Racing and Gran Turismo Racing. This is still my favorite way to race, and we're preparing for next week's championship race against the SLM race team. And reminding you that today at 1 o'clock, that race is going down. We're not going to race this one. I am too slow on Trial Mountain, and it's daddy-daughter day here. But we are going to prepare for next week, and this is really a how-to. So we're going to show you how to prepare for any race, really. Even more important when it's a championship race. Oh, now Layla's picking out things, so let's get started. Pacific Rim, you're early for the Trial Mountain race, but you're just in time to be here for the coverage on how to prepare for your future important races. So this is how the JCCR racing team prepares. So it's a week before the actual race at Deep Forest, and I highly recommend, kind of like our money-making Mondays, go and make some money, folks. So to make some money, we scroll through here and we say, okay, what's the way we can make the most amount of money? Well, circuit experience, if we got gold at everything, fastest way. I just can't get used to the Audi R8. That rear end slides out on me way too much. So what are we going to do? We're going to hit it up in, there's no 800 class, which I've preferred, but we're going to hit it up in the 700 class. Now, here is a trick for settings. Layla, that will turn off the steering wheel. So to get your settings down drastically, look what happens when we throw on the softs. And oddly, nothing happens. Let's change it to the rears. Almost no difference for the rears. So what you can do here is put on your racing hards in the front. You can be as wild as putting softs in the rear, but that's probably not the greatest idea. I'd say go with mediums. The softs will wear down a little too much. After always trying it once and making money once, you can always go back and try out the hards here. And after that, you just go to car settings, and this is really kind of a way to cheat your way to more credits. It's just must-know information. And what's great here is you can play around with the control on the car. I recommend initial torque on 15, acceleration sensitivity 20, braking sensitivity 40, but we'll do specific videos for that some other time. Now, if you're trying to bring down the car, you can play around, race with a lot of long straightaways, while more downforce means less upper top speed, but higher downforce means going through the corners better with more efficiency and better control. Is we're not going to play around with that, but that does affect the overall scoring of the car. So we got to get this down to under 700, and the easiest way is just to cut down the power. So we put it on 85. We can see what that does. We're down to 710. But you can also see here, if we were to crank up the downforce, now we've gone up, but not by a huge difference. So let's get this down. A little more downforce in the rear. Put it right down on the middle just to try that out. Now you can also add weight. You got the power restrictor here that we have yet to buy for the vehicle. We should be able to survive with just the power adjuster. So a little less power, we'll be at 75, and we'll squeak by with the 694. So you just play around with this until you've got the right balance. You can also make the vehicle heavier. I like to keep the original weight on the vehicle. And you can see here, if we went to hards, almost no difference. So why not have that extra grip? It's going to be your front tires that are going to wear out first anyways. And Pacific Rim, I'd love to race you. You'll have to make it back on either Monday night. If we can get back home in time, we'll do our Monday night race at 9:30. We're going to do another game of pickleball and hopefully don't injure our knee or any of our leg muscles and have trouble walking for most of the week. So set it up here. And then this is also a great time to figure out for the track what the right brake balance is. Now, yes, this is a track that has a lot of trail braking, but it's also a track with little elevation changes that can get the rear loose. So sometimes your best bet is to start off, if you're not sure about the race, start off with 0. Right, that's where the rear can get loose on these mid-engine cars if you're braking through that section. So I'd say probably -1 or 0 for the mid-engines is going to be perfect here. If you got a front-engine vehicle, you can probably crank that up to like anywhere from 2 to 5 in the positive, so almost releasing the front brakes. Hey, Daniel! So just an added reminder here, I'll remind you guys for the second time at 1 o'clock, the top racers of our team have a race against the SLM race team at Trial Mountain. But right now we're preparing for next week's race because Deep Forest is definitely a track that I've got decent chances to rank high enough to be one of the top 8 racers and get to race that track against the SLM team. They are incredibly quick. That's Dark J's old team, and we know how fast Dark J is, often getting the fastest lap on many tracks here for the JCCR team. So a huge thank you to the Dark J for consistently making it into the JCCR race team races as we take on challengers Monday to Friday nights, always starting at 9 or 9:30. Once a month we miss a Tuesday, and once a month we miss a Thursday, third Tuesday of the month, and third Tuesday of the month and second Tuesday of the month. Sorry, that's incorrect. Second Thursday of the month we miss, and the third Tuesday of the month as we do a little charity work. And the key here is make sure you do not tap any of the cars because you really want to get those extra credits, 50% extra credits. So on 110, that's going to be 55,000 extra credits if we race clean. Thank you to everyone who's making it in on this irregular time. We normally don't really race on the weekends unless it's for our Championship Series race, the 2026 Championship Series races with all the JCCR racing teammates. And some challengers in there as well. So -1. Hey, Sosa, welcome, brother. The legend himself, one of the YouTube legends. Now you can also go ahead and try a different brake balance. So we went from -1. Oh, already the back end here, feeling a little off here. So we just lost 55,000 credits there. All right, take care of the things you need to take care of. It's family. Oh, so much easier though to trail brake through that turn. So really the key is get your steering wheel set up so you can change your brake balance, because now through this entire section probably be benefited with that -1. But then -1 through here just so that the back end won't swing out under braking. But then you'd want to switch back up after here. So 1 is actually going very well. This is definitely a spot where having 1 is a little better. You free up the front brakes. And we'll also have to play around with our fuel consumption, as only 4 laps have used half a tank. And the top of the candies, we get on the brakes, we turn in. So let's take care of that fuel consumption right now. Let's run the 1. We're doing fine on 1. On 0, ooh, not quite enough trail braking on 0. So good lesson learned. 1 is going to be our happy place. And let's save some fuel here. And just get back to the racing base, even when you're focusing on the racing basics, and that's all about racing smooth, Better to go in slow and come out fast. That means we brake in advance. We make sure we get the apex. We go from the complete outside, as we'll do right here, complete outside to complete inside. If you don't have your brake balance set up nicely, or you're just not accustomed to it, because all brake balances will function and get you through the turn if you're used to it. So yeah, smooth and steady. Absolutely, Daniel. You've got the right idea right there. Top of the candies here, we start braking. Turn in on the rubber lines. Rubber tracks on the ground normally give us the ideal line to run. Make sure you don't cross the line, avoid 3-second penalties. And we absolutely will take fuel, as we'll now have just enough for the last 5, well, all of lap 5 and all of lap 6. So we've got 6 laps left. And we'll get the fuel back to full. Now, it would be nice, a nice little adaptation as well. You're coming out of the pits, to be able to adjust. Pit crew working very hard, and Daniel, so are you, giving us excellent tips. Good reminder to race smooth. We'll have to be patient with the pass here to avoid a collision. Oh, he's going to pass him on the outside, but he's kind of all over the track. It's a narrow track. Hard to find the space to pass. We can see right through there, the balance of the vehicle was perfect, so +1 seeming to be the nice compromise here. If you can't switch your brake balance during the race. Now racing the JCCR team Monday to Fridays, either starting at 9 or 9:30. If only it was this easy to climb up the chart, but we got some legends in on the team, and it is never that easy to pass everybody. Oh, that light came in flying through the turns here. All right, now deep forest, there's no section that you need to drop it into 6. I guess right there for a brief moment, maybe a bit of an advantage. I think it would have worked out to about the same, as the bottom of 6 is pretty slow. And we've got 4 laps to climb to 10 positions here. Yeah, still under control at +1. I'm not sure. I mean, I think if we were running +5, we'd have lost control there. Need a rear view mirror right in front of my actual sim racer to keep an eye on my daughter in the back. Here we go. Yeah, still missing. Yeah, +1 keeps the rear planted. Good point, Daniel. That's well said. Oh, we had a little fight trying to get into the pits there. We made it through. The fight was in front of us, and we avoided. Always better to race safe and smart. Avoid collisions. Don't get other drivers upset. Be patient with your pass. Don't dive bomb. Dive bombing would be that, you know, there's a car coming in through a regular line like we just did. Complete outside to complete inside, and we're behind the car. But when they start to take their regular line, we kind of miss our brake points, dive the corner, and just kind of cut everyone off and go into the wall, worst case scenario. Or even worse, actually, hit the car as they come through the turn. Can't shouldn't be staying on the track only because you're hitting cars. And we pass fourth. Here we go. Into the tunnel. Soon to be down this quick straight. Oh, and we made through that section. For hard tires, 58, I'll take it. That means on soft, we might have made it through on 55, which is basically what we want to be running. Trail brake until the apex, then let go of the brakes, and either get on the accelerator or finish off the turn, and then ease into the accelerator so that we don't spin out while braking into the apex. That has to be a light braking, very light braking to the apex. You do some hard braking prior, light braking once you start to turn the steering wheel to the apex. You get to the apex and then you ease back into the accelerator, either right at the inside apex on most turns, 90% of the turns, and there's about 10% of the turns that you actually have to wait until you've actually smoothly flowed through the turn, made it to the outside candy cane, and then you're back on the accelerator. Yeah, rear is planted through that elevation change, left-right turn, the elevation snake turns there. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this fictional track created by Gran Turismo, and it is a near perfect track, offering us a bit of everything. Great trainer track. Red Bull, another great trainer track, because it's easy to memorize. It's easy to remember what's coming up next, so you can actually work on your skill for the types of turns that they're giving you in that track. 57.8, now definitely on softs would be running the 55. That'd be great, or 54. What's that, sweetheart? Yeah, mommy's calling you up for lunch. Okay, thank you. Another headset? Thank you. I've already got one. Mario, you know Mario doesn't need to sit on me though. You want to put Mario back in the race seat? Listen to mommy, sweetheart. And here we go. Let's try to hit the apex here each and every time. Just made it through there. Rear end was getting a little slippery, being in the wrong gear. And back on the throttle. Trail brake to the apex here. Get down to the right gear, then ease back into the throttle and get the pedal to the metal without slamming it. Hey, Sosa! 519 global rank. Fantastic, Sosa. Congratulations. That is great news. Here on JCCR Racing, we make sure to celebrate each other, encourage each other, do a little coaching and mentoring, or receive coaching and mentoring. We're really a community of like-minded racers that focus on smooth, safe, smart racing, not a smash and bash fest. We're not looking for doing the smashy on each other. This is going to be a problem. I don't have fuel for the 10th lap. You know what? I've got a solution here. Let's coast for now. And lean up to 6. And hope that carries us through. It's going to be hard to get first place with the amount of fuel we have left and less power. But let's see what we can do here. I think we're going to have to coast this one out and accept second. Just got to keep that Australian off our rear and keep our car in the right gear, because if you're in the wrong gear, that's when you're just going to slide off track often. You just won't have the required turn in. Lots of coasting here. Oh, up one gear to save fuel. Smart. Thank you, Daniel, for that excellent trick. So JCCR Racing Team is about tips and tricks, mentoring, learning and growing together as a community, and of course, growing the community. We want to grow our community with like-minded racers. No Call of Duty racers here, but just actual sim racers. You can be an e-racer. The only thing that matters is that you intend to be clean, and your goal is to learn and grow, not just stay stagnant in your phase of smash and grab racing. And we crossed the finishing line with about 0.1 laps of fuel left. There we go. We got through. We picked up a second. It's going to be credits, not maximum credits. We had one contact with another car. Let's see how that race treated us. And on that note, I'm going to make a little short of this video. So I'm going to save the last 5 minutes. Then we had the fastest lap time with a 1:30.8. Really not bad with hard tires. If we could have a 1:27.8 on softs, maybe we'll qualify as the 7th or 8th driver for the team. The JCCR team, racing team, is actually pretty big. I'm the founder, but I'm certainly not the fastest driver. I'm actually one of the slowest driver, but I usually don't do that too badly. I have my bad nights, of course. Sometimes I actually finish podium, rarely, but I usually do pretty middle pack, which is pretty great racing against legends, just because I focus on safe, smart, smooth racing. I race at 9/10 so that when I race at 9/10, I do pretty decently because I don't spin out or crash out. And there we go. That was the race for today. Whew. Great looking cars, lots of fun. I'm absolutely loving the Porsche 911 GT3. I'd say it's one of the best races. And Daniel, the race is, I intended it to all time. Everything's working out according to time. Trial Mountain is going on in about 2 minutes. So you can go ahead and find that. One of the JCCR racing teammates is likely going to be streaming it. If not, try to get in as an observer right on to the race. But it's actually 8 JCCR racing members versus 8 SLM racers. For whatever reason, I can't find it. It's not in my friends list. I can't find it on the server. So even if they need a backup racer, Mr. Lieutenant Slow here can't make it in. I just can't find it. I spent about 15 minutes earlier looking for it. So that is it for me. Let's see what kind of credits we pick up. And this is going to be the best practice. If you do this over like 10 times before Saturday's race against SLM, and we'll find out who the fastest racers are. Maybe Friday night, I'll do a little matchup. We'll run Deep Forest and we'll say, okay, the people that finish top 8 in our JCCR racing team versus the challengers. Friday night, we'll practice it once every night. And then come Friday, we'll find out who the top 8 are, and those will be the ones selected for the SLM race. So we picked up our credits, we got our money, and I'm just going to, rinse and repeat so that we can get over the 10,000, try to get the 10 million credit mark. That's it for today, because now it's Trial Mountain JCCR Racing Team versus the SLM team. So you guys can check out who on YouTube of our teammates is going to run that. If not, I'll give you the race results. Either way, Deep Forest. I think for Deep Forest next Saturday, I can qualify and make it into that race. And in that case, well, I'll be running it here on the channel. As you can see, I got a lot of sun in my face. It was a week at work, like many weeks, where I do 11 hours, so I only see the family 30 minutes in the morning. I get home, I eat quickly, so I spend about 30 minutes while I eat talking to the wife, at most 30 minutes, and then I come down and race right here. So the family doesn't see me very much, so I got to spend my Saturday, I want to spend, of course, as we all should, the Saturday with my family. So until next time, I wish you all more cars and more power. I hope you get to put the pedal to the metal in a car that you love. And if it's not in the real world, that's cool. This is still my favorite way to race, even though over on Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, check it out on YouTube. Give the channel a subscribe. Help us out trying to get to 16,000 subscribers over on that channel. We've got about 15,350 right now. We've got the 2017 Shelby GT350. We've got the 1991 Toyota MR2, the 1999 Porsche 911, and the 2025 Ford F-150, which is turning out to be one of the best, actually it's turning out to be the absolute best family vehicle I've ever owned. And I've owned over 80 vehicles in my life, and I've now been saying that for about 5 years. So yeah, I'd say it's pretty easily 80 vehicles in my life that I've owned and I've had registered in my name or my wife's name, so that I've been able to drive it and really truly test it. So until next time, I wish you all more cars and more power. Godspeed and God bless everybody. Take care. Thank you so much for watching. Blessed to have you along for the ride.